We're at the Capital Audiofest 2023 at the Hilton Hotel in Rockville, Maryland. It's going to be the largest Capital Audiofest ever.
They have over 120 rooms.
I'm Howard Neller.
I'm Kemper Holt.
And welcome to The Listening Chair. We're here with Gary Koh from Genesis. He's the company's head designer and the owner. We have a little bit of bleed through Diana Kroll coming in from the next room, but hopefully that won't bother us too much or our YouTube overlords. Gary, thanks for having us.
Thank you, Howard and Kemper, for joining us.
And can you tell us what you have at the show today here?
So what we have here is we've got my new Genesis Foxtrot loudspeakers, and they are at the moment they are driven by the Merrill Audio Element 110 power amplifiers.
Okay.
His brand new Clay Michael preamp. We've got two sources.
Okay.
One is the VPI Signature DS.
Okay.
The turntable with the VPI Avenger Phono, which I helped design, and that's with a Hypersonic X4 cartridge. And we've also got the from the ground up developed analog audio design reel-to-reel player. Okay. This is one of the very, very few that's designed from the ground up, not a refurbished unit.
Okay, very nice. So you don't just design speakers, right? You've designed a lot of components, a lot of electronics, and also you have something else that you've designed, right?
I tend to design things that I want, that I couldn't buy something good enough. So in this case, what you alluded to is actually the Hypersonic X4 cartridge.
Okay.
So I wanted to have a cartridge that would cover all my needs and be as transparent as possible to the music. So I worked with a Swiss company, and we prototyped a lot over the last few years. And this is the first showing of the cartridge. Okay. I've been designing loudspeakers for Genesis since 2006, when after Arnie retired in 2005.
And Arnie, you mean Arnie Nudell?
Arnie Nudell, yeah. I couldn't find a designer who would follow another loudspeaker designer's legacy, so I carried it on. I started by evolving Arnie's designs, adding technology, improving it, evolving his designs along the way. And that culminated in a product I called the Tribute to Arnie Nudell, and that was released last year here at Capital Audiofest. These speakers, on the other hand, one day I was very embarrassed because I was talking to friends who are not in the audio industry. And when I told them that my cheapest loudspeaker, my cheapest product, was $45,000, they went, "Who can afford that?" And they love music. These are people who I can go to musical concerts with. So from then, I resolved that I would design something that the ordinary, the middle-class American could afford. Okay. And that was how I came up with the Minuet, which is behind us. That's an $8,000 loudspeaker. And this is the Foxtrot, which is a $13,800 loudspeaker. Still not cheap.
And that's per pair.
That's per pair. Still not cheap, but it's at least aspirational and affordable.
Okay. Can you take us through some of the basics on the speaker?
It uses trickle-down technology all the way from our top loudspeaker, which is the Prime. It uses the ribbon tweeter. The Arnie Nudell developed the round ribbon. He had the Emit R in Infinity, and then he developed the Genesis round ribbon. I turned that into a ring radiator, a ring ribbon. And as a ring ribbon, it had better dispersion, lower distortion. So that was one of the first things I did. It uses a titanium mid-bass, mid-range to bass, because this is a three-way loudspeaker. And it's got a solid titanium, 5.5-inch titanium cone. It's rare, but you need the lightness to be able to match up to the ribbon of the tweeter. In order to generate the bass, I had to think a different direction, because I didn't want to put in a servo amplifier because that would make it too expensive. So this speaker uses two 8-inch woofers configured in an isobaric chamber so that the two woofers move like that, one woofer behind the other, to be able to deliver the sort of sound I wanted. The upper frequencies are standard sealed box designs, so which is why there's a mid-range and the ribbon tweeter.
And you've designed the drivers, or you have them designed to your specifications?
I designed the tweeter based on Arnie's round ribbon. I specified to a manufacturer. I get it manufactured for me. So the tweeters are manufactured in 3 different factories in China. Okay. One makes the structure, one makes the film, and another puts it together. So no one company can copy. Now, I've had enough bad experiences with a manufacturer rip off my design that I wanted to be careful with that. The titanium mid-range was also developed together with a driver manufacturer, a Taiwanese driver manufacturer, and we worked together to develop that. The measured sensitivity is 86, but it uses energy extremely efficiently. So right now we are running with 100 watts. When I was doing my development, I used a 30-watt solid-state amplifier, and it drives it loud enough for anybody. There's this thing about measurement and what you can hear. Okay. There are things I can measure that I cannot hear, and there are things I can hear that I don't know yet how to measure. And these speakers are an example of that. The F3 as measured goes down only to 50 Hertz, but it plays a double bass perfectly. I also wanted to design for the future. So the cabinets are made of bamboo plywood. Bamboo ply is probably one of the greenest, most environmentally friendly building materials. I've used all the what we call low VOC components. So the finish is water-based, the glues are water-based. There's no organic solvents used in the manufacture of this cabinet. So you could use it in a nursery if you wanted to. That it doesn't off gas or anything.
How do you get the rigidity that's necessary for a speaker cabinet?
The speakers have gotten more and more expensive because I developed this carbon fiber sandwich that's extremely stiff and rigid. Bamboo is a grass, not a wood. And because it's a grass, fibers are linear. So if you get all linear fibers one way, it is flexible in this way and stiff in the other direction. We create a ply like that has got bamboo going this way and this way. So the cross plies of this bamboo makes it much stiffer and light as well. Much lighter and much stiffer than MDF or any other materials.
And sustainable.
And sustainable.
Excellent. And so Gary, just before we leave you, let's come back, as I promised, to the cartridge for a second. So the cartridge is making a little bit of a buzz here at the show. What's the retail price on the cartridge?
The retail price on the cartridge is $18,000. It's really expensive. I did not design it for retail. It was designed because I wanted it. But now I've been told that from people who have good ears and good listeners, that this is probably one of the best cartridges that they have ever heard.
I look forward to hearing it. Great. Well, thank you, Gary.
Thank you.